Alright. What's up, YouTube? I am Multi Apples and I'm bringing you another video. And today we'll be playing some MLB The Show 22. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and just go for the two-seam fastball break. Let me mute my mic for a second, okay?
And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Boston Red Sox taking on the Tampa Bay. Bottom of the first. And now it's the switch hitting second baseman, Vidal Brujan. First pitch, and he just misses.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Pages pulls it down, one down.
Batting second.
This is Corbin Carroll. Had the day off yesterday. In there for strike one.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
Next offering is in for a strike.
0-2 count.
Alright, I'm back to talking. Yeah, I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing well, thanks for asking. It's currently 2:39 p.m. on Monday, November 14th, 2022. At least local time here. Yeah. This game is in Tropicana Field, and I've actually been to Tropicana Field, but I've only been to Tropicana Field once. I've been to actually inside four baseball seasons. Outside 4 baseball stadiums and driven past 2 more. I've driven past where the Texas Rangers have played and where the Houston Astros have actually played. I've been inside, I think it's Chase Bank Park, which is where the Arizona Diamondbacks play. Though there was just a tour of the stadium, and no game was actually being played that day, because it was maybe a week or two before spring training, or before the regular season started. One of those two. This was back in 2019. I went to a game in Fenway Park as well. I've actually been to 4. So I've been to Tropicana Field. I went to see the Boston Red Sox play the Tampa Bay Rays. I went to Fenway Park, as I mentioned. I went to see Boston play. I do not remember who they played against. For the life of me, I just don't remember. I went to Wrigley Field to see the Chicago Cubs play against the Milwaukee Brewers. And this was a year or 2 before they won the World Series. I've actually been to a couple of other stadiums I've been built to. It's the Camp Bernabeu, where Real Madrid plays. And I went to see a La Liga game where Real Madrid played against Osasuna. It was an official La Liga game. I have been to the old Amway Arena, which used to host the Orlando Magic before that was demolished and they moved across the street to the Amway Center. This is actually the season before they moved to the Amway Center. I've been to American Airlines Arena to see the Dallas Stars play. The first game was against the Chicago team in the NHL. I'm not sure if it's. I think it's not okay to say the Chicago NHL team's official name, so I'm not going to say it. The second time was to see the Dallas Stars play the the Buffalo Sabres. I have also went to see an NBA game there. I went to see Dallas play against Oklahoma City. I don't know the name of the arena, but I have actually been to the arena where the Oklahoma City Thunder play, and to see them play against Golden State. I've been to Cowboy Stadium to see the Dallas Cowboys play against the Washington Commanders. I'm not getting a lot of strikeouts. I've been to NRG Stadium. How many strikeouts do we have? Two. I went to NRG Stadium to see the Houston Texans play against the New York Jets. That was last year. That'd be it'd be a year ago this month. Went to inside War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock, Arkansas. Not I didn't see any official games though. I've been to Centennial Bank Stadium in Jonesboro, Arkansas to see uh, Arkansas State Red Wolves play against the South Alabama Jaguars. That was that actually went just over 2 weeks ago. And I've been to Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, Texas. And I've been to the Crypto.com Arena in LA to see the Los Angeles Sparks play against the Connecticut Sun. And I've been to I think it's now called the Talking Stick Resorts Arena in Phoenix to see the Suns play. I think the Phoenix Suns were playing the Detroit Pistons. I don't remember. Into the Jack Stevens Center in Little Rock to see actually several Little Rock children's men's and women's game. A couple of different in high school. I went to a couple of different high schools because I was a part of a sports team, basketball and football. When I was in high school, I actually graduated. This is the 10th anniversary of my senior year in high school. It's gonna be 10 years ago in May in the May 2023. It'll be 10 years in May that I would have graduated high school. I feel old. Still can't believe it though. I went by fast. Now there's a study done on why time seems to speed up or go faster when you're an adult. Because I remember being in high school, or I remember being in school in the second grade thinking, the at least here in the States back then, uh, classes ran from 8 to 3, which would have been 7 hours. I remember thinking those 7 hours were long and exhausting, and the day would never end. Now 7 hours goes by fairly quickly. I think it has to do with our perception of time. See, where else other stadiums have I been? When I went to the Crypto.com arena in LA, that was a week or two before SummerSlam in 2011. Sorry, I just wanted to list something back on the replay of the video. I went to at least in 2009. I'm not sure if they changed the name of the stadium or rebuilt it, but NC State University, North Carolina. It's named as North Carolina State University. Played against Duke in a college football game, and I went there. To those of you watching, what stadiums have you been to? Just thinking of something to talk about to fill the air. It's a pretty good run. Oh, we're gonna be late there. Dang it. I really don't know what to talk about. How many strikeouts do we have? 0.9. Nope, that doesn't make any sense. We have 0.9 ERA. We have 8 strikeouts. I'd love to go to Angel Stadium to see the Los Angeles Angels play. I want to go to Madison Square Garden as well. And I've been to the Simmons Bank Arena in North Little Rock, Arkansas. I've been to there. I want to go to Madison Square Garden to either see a WWE event or a WNBA game or the New York Knicks play. I also want to go to Yankee Stadium. And Maple Leaf Gardens. I think that's the name of it in Toronto. I'm gonna go see a Wimbledon event, and I want to go to a Canadian football game as well. Went to my first Women's Tennis Association event, not this past weekend, but a week ago in Dallas, Texas. Technically, it was in Fort Worth, Texas, but I stayed in, had to fly into Dallas. So thank you to everyone who's watched those 4 videos, by the way, that I uploaded. There are also some other stadiums that I want to visit, more soccer-specific stadiums, to see soccer game. I want to see the home stadium of Chelsea, see a home game for Chelsea FC, um, a home game for Paris Saint-Germain, which I've been to that area. I've just never been inside the stadium, and it wasn't during the soccer season. And I want to go to a home game for Ajax Amsterdam. And I want to see a home game for CS Maritimo. They're currently in the Liga NOS, or Premier Liga, in Portugal. It's the top division of soccer, but the way we're playing, we're gonna get relegated. So see, I got some drinks because I'm starting to get a bit thirsty. I have some Pure 10 water with me. Bought it sometime last week. Yeah. Got some sparkling lime mineral water from Trader Joe's. Well, you can see the Trader Joe's. Yeah. And I got some Trader Joe's. This is a big bottle I'm going to drink throughout the day. The Natural Spring Mountain Water with me. It's actually a big bottle. So yeah. Got some. I went to Trader Joe's earlier today and got the 2 Trader Joe's drinks. I got the okay, it's carbonated, so I didn't want to make sure to go everywhere because I got it earlier today from Trader Joe's. I also need to real quick just make sure my laptop is plugged in properly. Yes, it is now. Because it wasn't plugged in properly and it wasn't charging at all. Which I don't mind it not charging, but eventually you're going to run out of power and battery if it doesn't get plugged in and starts charging. So yeah, I actually woke up, streamed Plague's Tale Requiem earlier. Today, if you want me to link that video, let me know. Not just go to the live stream section of this channel and click on that. It's the previous video that was live streamed. And then I went to the doctor's office for a checkup. And then I went to the park to walk 3 miles. And now I'm trying to walk 3 miles every day. And actually I have a 5K, or not 5K, I have a 10K, my first ever 10K race in BB, Arkansas this Saturday. From 2018 to February of 2020, I did 5K races. I was part of a working group for Fleet Feet, which is has multiple stores, but the one I have does the No Boundaries group for 5K and 10K. And I would always do different 5K races around Little Rock, Arkansas. and uh I did one 10K or not 10K. I've never done a 10K before. I've just done 5Ks. I did one 5K in Memphis, Tennessee, back in 2019, and that was actually not part of the Fleet Feet No Banners program. And I said I did all of them in Little Rock. That's not entirely true, actually. I did two or three of them in the races we trained for. Two or three of them were in Hot Springs, Arkansas, which is probably most well known for if baseball fans, because they used to have minor league baseball games there for spring training. And Bill Clinton went to high school in Hot Springs, Arkansas. He's the only president from the state of Arkansas, at least at the time of this recording and live stream. I don't know. I don't know when you're watching this, and for all I know, there could be another president from Arkansas. I don't know. It's a curveball control. All right, we're playing against the Yankees now. We're 11-1, which is good. Our walk to strikeout ratio is actually, or our strikeout to walk ratio is very good. I can't do the math. So if anyone wants to divide 184 by 4, feel free to let me know what the proper way of calculating the ratio is. Let me know. Know. I don't know how to do that. Uh, I've never been very good. I've never been good at math growing up. I was decent until maybe about the ninth grade in math. Oh shoot, we walked it. That's only our fifth walk. But I struggled with math afterwards, so from ninth grade on. Which is the teaching course I'm doing next year in the UK is actually primary school, or what they call elementary and middle school here in the US. And that's the kind of math I'm actually pretty good at. I loved history, and I still love history as a child. I loved history as a child, and I still do now. Shoot, I was hoping you'd swing at that. I loved astronomy, but we never really studied that much, and I loved geography. I like learning about animals as well, animals and plants. Or at least I do now. I didn't when I was growing up. I always loved history and geography. I love languages, even though I was never good at any. Never really liked English, though. It's more about writing and um, reading. I didn't mind reading growing up. Wasn't my favorite thing to do, but as I grew older, I didn't mind it. I just hated writing papers and signing my sources. I've never been good at writing. Let's see what other the science subject we did in school would change every year. I remember studying physical science. I did not enjoy that. I was terrible at it. I didn't. I regret not applying myself in that subject in school, and I didn't understand it. I didn't take it too seriously either. Something I regret, at least in terms of learning. But I wasn't that interested in it either. Didn't enjoy anatomy either. Let's see. We did geology, which actually in school, in high or middle school and in high school, I didn't really enjoy it. But when I got to university, I did geology because at my university, those were the easiest subjects to pass, and those were the easiest subjects to do that were offered. And actually, it's not because they were easy. In fact, the last half the labs for the two classes I did, they uh were difficult in terms of mapping, and I struggled with that. But I thoroughly enjoyed the lab and the both labs and the classes I took in geology. And I was actually surprised how much I enjoyed the geology. That was um that was a fun course. I don't think I had a bad teacher in any year that I went to school. Um, but the when I was in university, the geology teachers I had made it interesting, which really helps me. Like if you can make a subject interesting, that'll help me do better in class, and they did that. Here in the U.S., the first 2 years are spent taking classes that are not related to your major. Um, and then the last 2 years of your bachelor's degree, at least the first 2 years of your bachelor's degree, are taking classes that you don't need to take. Some of them may, some of them are classes that you may need if you're in your major. If yeah, but overall, most of them won't be. And then um, the final 2 years are related to your specific major, which I think is stupid. I think all 4 years should be realistically spent on your major, especially if it's something important like teaching. I can understand you taking classes in different subjects if that's your major. If you're studying to become a teacher, because you need to know different subjects, especially depending on what age range you'll teach and where you'll teach as well. That I can understand. Um, um, but like, and if you're a doctor, yeah, can you need like stuff like biology, chemistry, that sort of stuff. That I can understand you needing, but I think doctor like an important job as a doctor should entire time should be uh, training and taking classes that you need to become a good doctor. And same with the nurse. So I can there could be some math into it depending on the right amount of medication you need for a patient. But I do think that math should be taught in high school at least. Like my major was mass communication with the media production, which why would I need outside of understand why would I need maybe like science if I'm going to be a film major essentially. I mean really you'll need more or less a basic understanding of each subject depending on the type of film you want to do. If like you want to do a science fiction film, yeah, you're gonna need a basic understanding of science, which is really taught in school. But that's where the fiction part comes in, because you can, depending on how realistic you want it to make, you may just need a, you may not need a whole lot of scientific understanding, and that's okay. It's science fiction movies are supposed to be fiction. Like his movies based off of history or based off of a true story or about specific people, I can understand you need to do your research in. So actually, yeah, I can understand that. But I think primarily if you're making fiction movies, outside of basic understanding of maybe events in real life that happen, outside of understanding those events, you can take a lot of at least some creative liberties. I'm just saying those 4 years should be made. Those 4 years should be related to the degree you're taking. Now, I can understand for people who go to college or here in America, college means the same thing as university. I can understand for those that go to college that they may not know what they want to do for a living and what they want to get their major in. I can understand that they would take different classes in different subjects. I can understand why they would need to take why they would do that, but I was originally a history major with a secondary education minor, and then I switched to mass communication with a journalism emphasis, and then I switched to mass communication with video or media production emphasis. Really, I regret that. I wanted to travel, but I didn't know exactly how people in mass communication would, and I didn't know it would involve a lot of writing. So by the time I got in, it's really too late for me to change. So That's why at the age of 27, I'm going to. Well, actually, it'll be next year at the age of 28. I will be getting my master's in teaching, and I'll be doing it in the UK. Because unfortunately, it's not exactly safe to be a teacher in the States. And I'm not sure about the pay in the UK, but here, at least here in the US, they don't pay teachers that well. You really have to be teaching at a good school that earns a lot of money, or at a university to actually earn a lot of money in teaching. And that stinks because I think teachers should earn a lot of money. Remember reading a post on YouTube that was asking if kids should actually, or not kids, if teachers should earn more money, and I think they should. And then I remember one person saying that it should be incentivized so the good teachers can earn more money. Now, the only issue I have with that is that there are students who, unfortunately, you'll have students that may not want to learn and may not put their best efforts into education. I was definitely one of those in high school. Unfortunately, I mean, I was definitely in maybe my first 2 or 3 years of high school. My junior and senior year, I tried my best in high school to get good grades and do well. Okay, are they not aware that 59 is less than 70 and 65? Oh no, I didn't choose the source. Shoot, that's on me. That's on me. Just hitting the wrong button. Speaking of not trying in education, um, playing our first game against the Los Angeles Angels. Let's see. Yeah, where I was going, there may be some students that don't want to or might not take their education seriously. And it can be hard to actually motivate them to learn and do well in school. Alright, my first career game against the Los Angeles Angels. Hopefully we can get some strikeouts. And we can actually get some strikeouts. At least one. Just realized we've been streaming for over half an hour. I think I'm going to continue to stream, but I'm going to wrap up my commentary in a bit. I ought to listen to some game volume. sure that'll be more entertaining than hearing me speak. Hey, at least we got a couple strikeouts. Probably gonna go for unless it rains, which it looks like it might do. I'm gonna go for a walk after this, and maybe take a nap until dinner time. Yeah, I spent like last year and part of this year looking for jobs and working, but I think for this year, between now and September or whenever I have to go to England, I'm gonna focus on losing weight and getting in shape. And then next year, I'm gonna focus on just my education and looking for jobs in teaching, which I'm not sure it'll be that difficult because I'm sure they'll need teachers everywhere, especially in the UK. Um, and then the year after that, I'm gonna start working. So, unfortunately for me and the viewers of this channel, starting next year, I don't know if I'll be able to upload daily, but for now I will. I'm actually down 19 pounds. I lost 19 pounds in the span of around a month, maybe a little less than a month. I weighed 291 in the middle of October, 291.4 pounds, and I'm at 272.4 pounds today. So I lost actually just under 19 pounds. Actually, my heaviest was at 310 in my weight loss journey. And my lowest was actually about 250. I want to get around 200 pounds. I want to weigh around 200 pounds, not actually put on 200 pounds. That'd be horrendous and bad for me and my body and my health to put on 200 pounds. The 310 or 320 at my heaviest. So while I have, for my heaviest, I've lost about around 40 to 50 pounds in total, I still need some work to do. Still got some work to do. And unfortunately, I don't go to the gym right now. But I want to actually in the future. But for now, I'm just eating less and walking more. I try to walk at least 3 miles a day. Sometimes I walk about 3 to 5 I walk about 3 to 5 miles a day. Have only 2 meals. And also, one thing I started with in the past month, actually, is I started eating more salads, and I started eating more meat and fish. I mean, I would always eat meat and fish, but I would eat meat and fish with along of other things. So actually, my main meals for originally, since I started tracking my weight, it would when I on my current diet, it would be and originally was meat, usually some sort of patty, like uh, cooked healthily, like some sort of chicken, turkey, or just beef patty with salad. It'd be like salad, just excuse me, with ranch, chicken, and just the salad itself. But I eventually cut out the salad from the first meal. For my first meal, and then also have tea with, I think, sea moss, and I'd have water mixed with vitamin C, and yeah, it'd be iced tea as well. And I replaced the salad with grapefruit, just small grapefruit. And then for dinner, I would usually have fish. Usually, it's either salmon or sea bass. But I have had trout as well. I usually have salmon or sea bass or maybe chicken. And then I will, instead of having the salad during lunch and dinner, I would just have salads. I'd have the same salad but just for dinner. I used to have two salads a day for lunch and dinner. Now I only have one. And I would have uh zero, I would have a low calorie hot chocolate during the night. And I'd take metabolic drops as well throughout the day. And actually, the first part of my diet, I have actually cut out everything but water, and only on a couple of exceptions, I've had maybe sparkling water or carbonated water, all 0 calories. And I'm gonna mute my mic for a quick second. Bear with me.
Player, we were up in the series against the Red Sox, 2-0. All we needed to do was close out a Saturday night ball game. We went extra innings. The Red Sox won that ball game. And then Sunday, they pushed the series by winning Game 4 back to Oakland for Game 5. And unfortunately, they won Game 5 as well.
Bounce to the right. Kingman takes it to the bag. Now one gone in the top of the 6th.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
That was 2003, and the Red Sox would eventually get their hearts broken by Aaron Boone, but end the curse a year later. Comes up empty on the swing, 0-2 now. Kawhi to kick the pitch. Swing and a miss.
But yeah, and then outside of the water and handful of times out of carbonated water, we had maybe a couple of 1 to 3 bottles of soda this time on this. And I used to drink soda more often. Now I've cut it out. I've also cut out chocolate milk. I loved chocolate milk. I cut out milk as well, which I don't like. I don't like the fact that I cut out sodas or chocolate milk or milk, but at least for the sake of the part of the diet I'm on now, I have to drink 0 calorie drinks. Unfortunately, milk and chocolate milk are high in calories, especially and soda as well. I even have iced coffee from time to time. And then I'd have tea as well, like just the regular tea. But I cut that out as well. Fortunately, I've cut out cereals, and all of the cereals I like aren't exactly healthy for you. I think the healthiest one is actually Cheerios. But some of them, I'm not sure how healthy Cheerios is. Cheerios aren't. But some of the cereals I used to enjoy, at least as a kid, include Cheerios, Cocoa Puffs, Captain Crunch, and Lucky Charms, and Apple Jacks. Am I lagging now? Nope. At least I shouldn't be. It says I'm lagging on my stream on my YouTube, but I'm not lagging now on my end. Okay, I'm not lagging now. That's good. Yeah. Those of you that enjoy cereal, what cereal do you enjoy? I've mentioned that I like Cocoa Puffs, Apple Jacks, Lucky Charms, and Cheerios. Gosh, I had to cut out pizza. To cut out pizza and donuts and chocolate chip cookies and ice cream. At least for now, I can. The good thing about the diet I'm on, and that once I'm back to eating normal food, is I can have those foods, just not as much as I had in the past. We just struck out Mike Trout. We have 14 strikeouts. So I know Mike Trout, Fletcher, the second baseman, and Joe Adell, the right fielder, are currently in real life on the LA Angels roster. Or at least they were this past season. Now, the good thing about my diet is I am finally drinking a lot more water. Now, I don't hate water or find it disgusting. It's just if there were more, if there were options besides water, I would take it over the water. And the water should be at least clean water. Should be the healthiest drink for you. Um, See, I used to love. I mean, I still do love pizza and donuts, and I would never have donuts a lot. Maybe it wasn't until maybe 2021 I'd have them maybe every other week, which is bad. Have it that often. Um, some of my favorite foods. I love pasta. Love spaghetti and meatballs. That's always been a classic. I love curry. I love curry with rice. I'm not sure what the type of rice that is type of curry with rice. I'm not sure what dish is the name of the dish that's popular in Trinidad and Tobago, but that type of curry with rice I love. Um, I'm trying to, and I love roti as well. The reason I bring up Trinidad and Tobago is I have a lot of family in there, and Indian food is actually very popular there. They have the two largest ethnic groups in Trinidad and Tobago are people of African descent, black people, and people of Indian descent. And I think that's cool. And so you would have a lot of Indian food tends to be cooked and popular there. Now, I'm not sure. I I know I have family, like family that I'm related to through blood, that is of Indian descent, but I'm personally not of Indian descent. Um, I did do a Ancestry.com DNA test, and I'm fairly certain I'm of African descent. Now I say that, but I'm like, um, it's several generations moved. It's at least my great grandparents. One of them, I've been told by family members, uh, are mixed. That they look half black, half white. Now I'm not entirely sure if that's true, but and some also of Hispanic descent. I have, and again, I'm not entirely sure if they're actually part of Hispanic, but they were born. I know for a fact they were born in. I have at least one great grandparent born in Portugal and one great grandparent born in Spain. So I have to find the DNA test and actually take a look at that to see what percentage descent I'm, because I'm primarily white. And I love learning about different ethnic groups, and different cultures, and different people. I actually find it very cool, and I love to learn about people in other countries. Whether they look like me or not, I love learning about them and love meeting those people. I have no bias towards anyone or any group of people. And regardless of what you look like or what you believe in, you're all good with me. I don't judge people based on their religious beliefs or the way they look or their sexual orientation. I do not judge you based off of that. I think I'm like most people in the sense that um, if I were to judge a person, it would be based off how they treat others and how they treat myself. And I think it's understandable to dislike a person if they're treating you badly or they're treating someone else badly as well. But just because of they, I think it's wrong to judge people based off of what they look like, or what they believe in, or if they're straight or gay or bisexual, or if they're none of those, or what they identify as. I think it's wrong. I think most people can agree with me on that. That's wrong to judge people based off of that. Where was I? Yeah, I was going. I was talking about. I remember where I was going with that because I know. Oh yeah, I was talking about my favorite food. Yeah, I remember now. Love trying food from different cultures as well. By the way, so if you haven't, I don't know if you're watching this. Where are you watching this from? And where you, at least the country you're living in, and what type of dishes did you enjoy growing up, and what type of dishes do you enjoy now, and how do you make those how do you make those dishes? I would love to go to India to try the original, or the quote unquote original Indian music. Not that or Indian food. Not that there's non-original music or food outside of India. Because I'm sure I know there's a lot of Indian people that are of Indian descent and are from India that are living outside of India that can cook original Indian food. But to go, but I would love to try food from India, is what I'm trying to say. Be in India to try that food. If not to meet one of the Indian, if not, I'd love to meet people from India, outside of India, and try their food. I love Greek food, so I'd love to go to Greece to try Greek food. And I love Italian food. I love spaghetti and meatballs, so I'd love to go to Italy. I love sushi as well. It's one thing I like about. That's one thing I definitely like is sushi. So I love to go to Japan to try. I love to go to Japan and try some authentic Japanese food. Not that there isn't any outside of Japan. Don't know too much about Korean food, or I know food from South America. I think I think it involves a lot of corn. And I'm gonna mute my mic for a second. Hold on.
And here it comes. Stays alive. And the 0-2. That one lifted to left.
I got it.
Puts it away for the out.
Batting eighth, the left fielder, Everton.
And the first pitch misses for ball one. That's in there.
I also love Chinese food. I love noodles in Italian, the noodles and pasta in Italian and Chinese food. Don't know too much about food from any other country though. Don't know too much about food from the different countries and ethnic groups in Africa, and I would love to try African food and food from every country. Yeah, some of my favorite foods growing up. I loved pancakes. I loved curry, and I still love pancakes and curry. So those are probably my two favorite foods. I don't eat pancakes with curry though. Like for breakfast, I remember growing up as a child, especially on Christmas time, for my birthday, we would always have like waffles or French toast, or especially pancakes with maple syrup. And then actually most of my life for dinner, if we weren't having pasta, we like some sort of pasta with meat, with minced meat, I would actually be having curry with rice. Wow. Said I'd wrap up the commentary soon, but that was almost half an hour ago. Hadn't realized I was talking so much. So yeah. If there any good food, if there's any food you like that I haven't mentioned, uh, from where you're from or where you're living that you like, feel free to let me know and how to make it if you know how to make it. I have went to there aren't many places for Nepalese food or Iranian food here in Arkansas. But I know when I went to the UK in London, when I went to the UK, more specifically London and Oxford, I went to a restaurant owned by a Nepalese family and had some Nepalese food. And then another time, last year actually, I went to in London. I went to it was either London or Birmingham, England. I went to an Iranian restaurant owned by owned by an Iranian family, and I had some Iranian food, and I enjoyed Nepalese food, the Nepalese food and the Iranian food I had. At least here in Arkansas, you can get a lot of southern food that's associated with the South. Um, then you also have you can find a lot of Mexican food here as well. Mexican, Indian, and Chinese food as well. There's a French restaurant owned here, but that unfortunately closed down due to COVID, which sucks because I actually enjoyed it. There's actually a Mongolian restaurant. Just let me look up something. Okay. My bad for saying Mongolese. I apologize. I meant to say Mongolian. If I offended anyone, I do apologize. There's a Mongolian restaurant here. I haven't been to it, but I want to go. I want to try Mongolian food. So if I offended anyone, I do apologize. With anything I said, I do apologize. See what else to talk about as we enter the seventh inning. I have had Hawaiian food when I went to Hawaii. I'm not sure, but I think a lot of people living there don't want people to come. I think it has to do with environmental reasons. And that's understandable. Again, I could be wrong, but that's what I've heard. Oh no, that's gonna be a home run, ain't it? Nope. I think it's going to rain soon, like within the next half an hour to an hour. Because I think I heard it thundering. Depending on how bad it gets, I may have to end my stream earlier than I wanted to. There we go. We got a strikeout there. Yeah, if I ever say anything offensive, I do apologize. I know whenever I go to a sporting event, I really enjoy eating hot dogs with ketchup. I've never been a fan of beer or alcohol. I've had beer before, and I've had alcoholic drinks, but there are a couple of alcoholic drinks I do like. Um, but a lot of the alcoholic drinks I do like have to have very little to no. Well, they have to have alcohol in it, but they essentially have to have little alcohol in them for me to actually enjoy them. Like I've had a mimosa, that was all right. Didn't like it, didn't hate it. Um, I've had a brandy Alexander, which is, for those of you that don't know, that is the best way I can describe it. As we allow this run to come in, unfortunately, is it's essentially an alcoholic milkshake. That is the best way I can describe it, and I love it because you can. That's probably the only alcoholic drink that I love to drink, but I rarely have it now. I maybe only have it a handful of times a year. I actually like eggnog. Had eggnog once before. My favorite Trinidadian drink, I've kind of gone off of it for a while, but for a period of time I did like it, was called Moby. Ah man, it's been several years since I've had Moby, but if to ask my mom or my grandmother to actually describe, or maybe one of my Trinidadian relatives to describe what Moby is. My favorite my favorite soda is from the West Indies, more specifically Trinidad and Tobago is where I first had it, and it's called Solo. I love Solo. That's if you ever visit Trinidad and Tobago, you have to have Moby at least once, and you have to have Solo. So this is my third time playing against Baltimore. So yeah, you can get. I know. I love my granny's homemade Solo. Not Solo. I love. She makes homemade Moby. Definitely have to try that next time I visit. Boom! First out of the day right there. There's one Dutch. Half I mentioned in past videos. I'm half Dutch, and there's one Dutch breakfast I like, and that is called chocolate hail, and it is essentially chocolate sprinkles. So what essentially you do is put you'd basically toast bread, and then you put butter on it, and then you pour these chocolate sprinkles out of a box onto the bread, and you put it essentially with the help of the butter, it would basically be on the bread, and then you eat it with the butter and chocolate. You eat the bread with the butter and chocolate sprinkles, and as unhealthy as that food is, I loved it as a child. I still do now, but I hardly have the food. I hardly have chocolate hill. Remember going to when I was 8 years old. I was back then I was more lactose intolerant to milk and dairy products than I am now. Meaning I can drink a milkshake and actually not worried about getting like uh having stomach pain or going to the restroom and dealing with that sort of stuff or diarrhea when I go to the toilet now. So, but when I was a kid, I'd have it, but then I would get sick later on. And I remember for breakfast, everyone I visited Amsterdam, the Netherlands. I went to the Netherlands. It was because for two reasons. One for vacation, three reasons actually. Two to see family, and three to actually it's to do with my parents and I immigrated to the U.S. in the '90s, and while I grew up here, they were going through the citizenship. Um, they were going through the citizenship process to gain American citizenship, and I had to as well, to a lesser extent. But with the way, at least in 2009, the way the law worked, that if you have a parent that is an American citizen, if you have a parent that becomes an American citizen, you can, if you're under 18, you automatically get American citizenship as well. And when I was 14 years old in 2009, my parents were finally eligible to get American citizenship, and they got it, which meant I um, became an American citizen. So I was able to. I still remember clearly going to Memphis to take and doing the taking, or at least the oath, or at least doing the citizenship part that I had to do, and becoming an American citizen. So I've been an an American citizen since I was 14. So my dad is from the Netherlands. My mom is from Trinidad and Tobago, and I was born in London, England, but I grew up in the US since I was 18 and a half. Not 18 and a half. I meant to say 1.5, but I was confusing myself with 18 months. I was 18 months or basically 1.5 when I was a child when I came to the US. So I didn't really pick up the accents or the culture. So, but I was a British citizen by birth. So I'm actually able to travel on the British passport and the American passport now. I plan on keeping both those citizenships. So I'm a dual citizen. Ah, shoot, we gave up this home run. Home run. Yeah, yeah. We went to the anyway. Back to the story. Uh, went to the Hague, Amsterdam, and Utrecht when I was 8 years old. And I remember for at least a couple of mornings, if I didn't have breakfast with my grandparents, um, or now deceased, may they rest in peace. I would go to a local shop and I would actually have chocolate hilled bread. I remember just getting sick later on. It's a grand rule double. Yeah, I went to visit family in the Netherlands, and I'm pretty sure they moved actually since then. Unfortunately, I have not been back to the Netherlands. It was mainly my grandmother that visited, but she has since passed away, unfortunately. And my grandfather I didn't really meet because he had passed away before I was born. May he rest in peace as well. End of the fourth, thankfully. So I've been to 10 countries and a couple of territories. At least one territory. I've been to the US, UK, more specifically, the US and England. To be more specific, England, and the territory I went to was Gibraltar. Um, I've been to France, Spain, Belgium, the Netherlands, Sweden, Australia, Monaco, and Trinidad and Tobago, and I've been to Barbados as well. So I know Monaco is the second smallest country in the world, and smallest country I've been to. I think only the Vatican City is smaller. Boom, 5 straight outs. I think I know not maybe not 5 straight outs, 5 straight innings. And end of the fifth. Okay, that's good. On the other hand, it doesn't look like it's gonna rain now, so at least I get to go for another walk. I will be turning off my microphone face cam now.
Two away.
You got to get on your horse and get to that thing and get it back in, because he's going to come barrel around first. He's going to put pressure on you. If you bobble it or you don't get there in a hurry, he's going to make you look silly and end up on second base.
So runner at second, 2 down. Luis Matos, the next to hit for the Orioles.
Luis Matos.
Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Coming home. Here comes the throw. It's offline, and he scores. It's 3-3.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Couldn't get any air under it, but he smoked that ball back up the middle. Timing was just perfect. Got great wood on it, and there's just no chance for the infielders with how hard he hit it.
So digging in, Larry Cortez. First pitch, and he just misses. 2 outs. And now 2-0.
Plays at 1 here.
The pitch. And it is 2-1. And now 2-2. Matos off of first with 2 away. Got him swinging. Good job at damage control right there. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. Seventh inning coming up. All tied up at 3 apiece. Back here in Baltimore. And now the DH, Miguel Iraldo.
Leading off for the Orioles, the designated hitter, Miguel Iraldo.
Nobody down here.
Xavi back to work. There's a strike.
Here we go, fellas. Let's go.
And the 0-1. Late swing fouled off. The wind of the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And that's the first out.
Well, obviously the knuckleball, it's not a pitch designed to blow by hitters, but you'll see this every once in a while. You give up on that pitch at the plate, and then the last moment it darts back into the strike zone, and you're just not ready to get a swing off in time. Looks like it's 100 miles per hour, and I tell you what, I know from personal experience it's not a good feeling.
Come on now. Here we go, guys.
Now, Deshaun Knowles. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
Hey, one away, one away.
The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. And there's the strike.
All right, now he may have not liked either of those first 2 pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
So next to hit for Baltimore, John Rose.
Now batting, right fielder, John Rose.
Hey, 7 straight strikes to start the frame. He's got a chance at an immaculate inning.
Out towards left center. It gets down, a base hit. And that turns the lineup over.
Well, the last 10 games or so have been anything but fun at the plate for him, so that one has to feel good. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Swing and a miss. 2-1 now.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th.
Well, I love the fact they didn't quit. They had to do a little extra work tonight to secure this win, but it's what you got to do over the course of the season.
Score. From the hallowed grounds of Fenway Park, the show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Baltimore Orioles squaring off against their hated rivals, the Boston Red Sox.
And now, your 2028 Boston Red Sox.
First pitch moments away. And starting this one, Joe Zavy, last year's Cy Young Award winner in the National League, Singy.
Well, Boog, he was healthy last year and gained a tremendous amount of confidence. He took a big step forward last season. I think he'll take another one this season.
All right, ready to get underway. And into the box for Baltimore, Larry
Leading off
Cortez.
tonight for Baltimore, the shortstop, number 10.
Hey, we got no outs. Woo! Get out of here, Orioles.
Here we go, boys. Come on.
The wind to kick the pitch. Off the mark there. And we are
First
underway.
Pitch, 7-10.
The pitch. And it's even up.
He can live up in the zone all game if guys will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitter's got to look down in the zone.
The wind and the pitch. Bounce to the left side. And it goes just foul. The next offering misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him.
Well, he should get some fist bumps when he gets back into the dugout, because even though he strikes out, he saw a lot of pitches and he battled. And this is a long haul where you're trying to get that pitch count up as early as possible. So gave the guys behind him an opportunity to see what's working for this pitcher or not. But I tell you what, it's a nice job right there.
Langoliers makes the play, and there's 2 down.
The catcher, number 36, Adley.
Next pitch downstairs, and that is ball 1. Good eye right there.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
Bounced up the middle. Torres picks it up over to first. That ends the frame. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. Now the Red Sox will get their shot. No score. Back after this on the show. Here's Ryan Mountcastle, having a lot more success on the road this season.
The first baseman, number 6,
And a pitch.
Ryan Mountcastle.
0-1. And a pitch. This to center field. McCarthy should have this one. And makes the grab. And there's 1 down. And next for the Orioles, Luis Matos.
Luis
Swings through that one. 0-1. And a swing and a miss. Second inning here, no score. Next pitch is popped up.
You go, you go. Me.
Anderson makes the play, and there's 2 down.
Well, that's what he's looking for with the fastball above the zone. A swing and miss or
the
weak
designated
contact.
hitter, Miguel Tirado.
Rolled over to third, and foul ball.
This lineup's going to have to find a way to make him work a little harder out there on the mound. I mean, he is just mowing them down. He's settling in. You got to make him uncomfortable. Maybe step out of the box, call timeout, do whatever it takes.
Comes up empty on the swing. 0-2 now. Two down, nobody on. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score.
That's the way to show about a pitch.
Back here at Fenway. Well, here we go. Top of the third. Scoreless game. And now, Deshaun Knowles. That pitch in for a strike. And that is strike 1. Next pitch is popped up.
Yeah, right there. You're under it. You.
Drops into the glove. 1 down.
Well, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
Connor Norby at the plate now as he chases after that one. Top of the third, no score. Foul ball. Got him looking. And a couple of quick outs. So up next, John Rhodes.
Batting ninth.
That one's in there, 0-1. And that skips in the dirt. Next offering is in for a strike. And now the lefty. Little bouncer out in front of the plate. And he picks it up in foul territory. And he deals. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Orioles held in check there, and we're still knotted at 0.
Way to hold up.
Back here in Boston, here's the shortstop at the plate, Larry Cortez.
The shortstop, Larry.
That hits the dirt, and that's ball 1. Here comes the pitch. Lifted in the air, out to left. Isbell has a beat on it. And it's caught for the out.
Now batting, third baseman, Colson Montgomery.
Colson Montgomery, the next to hit for the Orioles. In there for strike 1.
Now, this guy is just filling up the strike zone right now. Don't want to get yourself in an 0-2 hole. You better be ready to pull the trigger on the first pitch.
Next pitch is popped up. Kingman moving under it. He makes the grab. 2 down. 2 outs, base is empty. So next to hit for Baltimore, Adley Rutschman. And that's in there for strike 1. Good eye in that spot. The Orioles hitless so far in the game.
Here we go, guys. Let's go.
And a pitch. Stays alive. Line drive. And he pulls up on it. And that's a hit. Go ahead run on base. And here's the first baseman, Ryan Mountcastle. 0 for 1 with a flyout. Next offering is foul back. 0-2 now. Got him. That's out number 3. And the Orioles lead. We go to the top of the 5th. Now at the plate, Luis Matos. Next offering is down low. 1-0.
Luis Matos.
The pitch. In for a strike, and it's 1-2. And here it comes. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Got him. And now 1 away.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Miguel.
That one is blasted left field towards the monster. Into the monster seats and gone.
Well, he went up there 0-0 looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it and circled the bases.
No.
0-2 as he waves at that one. One down, base is empty. Stays alive.
Hey, we got one out here.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Picks up strikeout number 7. Now it's the second baseman, Connor Norton.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
There's a 1-1. There's a strike. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he's down on strikes for this. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. And into the box for Baltimore, John Rhodes. Next offering is in for a strike. The pitch. And a swing and a miss. So he's gotten deep into this game. And at least so far, not showing a ton of signs of fatigue. Out to short. Sends it across the first. 2 quick outs to open the top of the 6th.
Well, on the mound, very efficient. Able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the 3rd or 4th pitch of just about every at-bat.
Montgomery.
And here is Colson Montgomery. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Next one misses, and now it's even 1-1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Bounced out to short. Fires across the diamond, and that'll do it. We go to the bottom half of inning number 6, and the 5, 6, 7 slots due up. It's the Orioles 1 and the Red Sox nothing. Top of inning number 7. Now the Orioles catcher, Adley Rutschman.
Leading off for the Orioles.
This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. The pitch.
You come into the game knowing that unless the ball's in the dirt or gets by him, we're probably not going to steal anything today. So that's where you want to get a little more aggressive on your secondary lead and hope that some base hits, some slugs, some home runs can come into play.
Next offering is in for a strike. In the air, fairly deep to right field. Rutschman retired. 1 away. Here's the Oriole cleanup hitter, Ryan Mountcastle.
The first baseman, Ryan.
That one's in there, 0-1.
Well, we'll call that keyhole. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 gone now. So 2 down now, and here is Luis Matos. In there, and it's 0-1. Popped up. And that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. Turned on, but foul wide of third. Kicks and fires. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. That's his second strikeout. Righty reliever out of the pen. Eric, 2-0 your final here in this one. Crew.
A season-changing phone call. A happy manager welcomes a prize acquisition to the club. He does his best to convey his delight in the development. And with that, this all-star will now take the field for the first time with his new team, to their fans' delight. A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.